Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we have squished into our overtime just too much, and we have to set up for this evening. We did have one more panel that would be discussing it, for a 30-minute period, but we have to shorten this. And so I've asked this panel if they wouldn't mind just bringing to us a brief introduction to this subject that they will be discussing. And I would like them all to come now. I'll just call their names quickly. Steve Veleginis, who is our fantastic MC for the morning. Steve, thank you so much for your support. He's going to be joined by his team. So we have Vijay he's the founder and design principal at One Landscape. We have Maher Abdel-Rahim, he is the regional manager, the regional director, urban solutions for Hatch. We have Alaa Alaqad, the senior landscape architect at Sistra, Arabia. Chris Fan was joining us but was unable to make it, so we'll get him on board for our further discussion. And we have Andrew McPherson, the head of landscape department at Dewan. So this is going to be just a shortened, guys. I do apologize for this, but what I'd like you to do is just talk to us about this subject, and we will continue this discussion in the first of our series, which will be a webinar online series, and we'll continue the discussions of this conference throughout the rest of the year. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our panel.
Thanks, Philip, and thanks everyone for your patience today. I think it's been great being involved in such a stimulating set of discussions. We've only got a couple of minutes, so we're just really going to give you an indication of the things that we'll be talking about in the webinar. And the webinar will be perhaps a longer format, but we can really dive a bit deeper into these issues. But the intent that we came to this with was really to talk about how we can understand biodiversity and how we design for non-human life throughout the city. So instead of seeing the city as something that is separated from natural systems, something that becomes integrated with those natural systems. What we were looking to do is really explore the ways and examine projects that might actually give some meaning to that. And so I'll just basically say that we'll cover a few items you asked guys to just give a quick few words. What we were looking to do is discuss, in some cases, what we all feel is the central challenge to urban biodiversity. Look at a couple of case studies, and I was going to particularly ask Viraj about a project that he's designed in Bangalore called Time. We were also thinking about how we facilitate life other than human life, looking at things like bee hotels and the way that we use avian life to control pests, looking at how we go beyond sort of superficial sustainability questions, how we might take examples of projects like Green Riyadh and how that can really be a measure to deliver biodiversity, and really looking at how to, from a master planning sense, focus on biodiversity. So I think probably, guys, apologies for giving you a 15-second chance, but do you want to just quickly go on there, touch on what we'll be talking about?
Yeah, Steve, thank you so very much, and I think it's absolutely a very important topic. And just to keep it really short, I'll just want everyone to know that in the last 50 years, we have sort of managed to destroy 73% of our biodiversity. So we only left it 47%. So I think it's very important that we really cherish this opportunity through landscape design to bring this richness into all our projects we're doing internationally, and especially in this region, which has got a very good, heritage, landscape heritage. We want to build those things, but going back to this, I think all design should be focused to retain this 27% and how we can build that for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve, for inviting me. Thanks for everybody. I'm Alaa Alaqad, the landscape architect working in design of landscape architectural field in Saudi Arabia. From my point of view, the most important things is to bring the native plantation strategy to the Saudi Arabia landscape industry. So the native plantation is really essential to accommodate biodiversity and to accommodate habitats for landscape architecture and for not only for human, it's also for animals and for ecological and for ecosystem. Thank you.
Hi, Steve. Thank you. Hi, everyone. So the key point that I want to make here is that biodiversity is extremely important in the fight in combating climate change. Now, creating diverse ecosystems. We've seen amazing presentations on how we need to integrate nature into our communities. It's not important to create places for a human. I think, we've been talking a lot about human scale. I think we need to start to think about the scale of the pollinators. They're extremely important for our communities, for our environment. So in a way, they help in terms of, to reproduce plant plantation and hence food security. So we've seen a presentation on water elements. I think it's started to be extremely key that we rethink our infrastructure, our urban plannable systems, so that from early on we start off here about making a global thing. Still is the مجمع بتوع 8 شمسان زبيرية ولا يكسبنا نفس يعني. Bring them into this ecology, economy, so the friendly.
And Andrew, to finish this up.
Hi there, thank you very much. I think it's the last speaker of the day, and I really want to pick up off loads of the comments that have already been spoken about. Essentially, the way we start by bringing biodiversity in is by not taking it out in the first place. So if we've got existing vegetation that has been shown we leave it, let's look to work with native plants, let's look to work with the natural and let's look at the life cycles and the ecological cycles. If we don't want something, they want a natural predator for it. If they do want something, then they want a lot of this leading for. So we work with ecology, we work with biodiversity experts, we work with environmental experts, because landscape is a unique field. The best collaboration. And we all work better when we work as high by we all work together. There's loads of great experts in this room, there's loads of great experts in the industry. So let's bring us all together, and that's where we start.
So I think you can see there's a bunch of really critical questions and amazing opportunities that we want to talk about. So look out for the webinar. There will be something that I think we'd love to see lots of people participate in. And the only thing I'll finish this with is we take it as our challenge not only to preserve existing biodiversity, but how we can rewild our cities. With that, thank you everyone. Thank you organisers, Phil, Ziad, and look forward to catching you all for a bit of a celebration tonight. Thank you all.
Thank you. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Well, thank you to all of you guys the diehards who stay right to the end of every conference. I think it's wonderful that we have so many here this afternoon. Well, thank you so much for your attendance. Thank you, Steve, for your emceeing this morning. This is fantastic. From all of our speakers, it's been a really enjoyable conference. I think a lot of good information has been shared during the course of the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings our conference to a close. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care.